Right then, so hey guys, it's PSL here, and I'm here with the second Motorsport Manager video. I hope you enjoyed the first episode, because I'm recording this really not long after the first episode, which you will have seen on Tuesday, I think. But I hope you enjoyed that first episode. Hopefully the response is good. I mean, you know, if it absolutely flops, then I won't carry on this series. But hopefully the response is reasonably alright, and well, I'm recording the second episode at the very least. But yeah, obviously since the last episode, well, obviously our headquarters have increased, so we're level 2 on all of those, which means we can double the staffing numbers at all of our facilities. Yeah, oops. So if we just if we just double our staffing count, there you go, our car performance is now 38, I believe it was 34 before. So as you can see, our car has improved massively, and we were already quite quick initially in the first place, so hopefully we should be dominating now. We'll have to see how well that goes. We've got a dilemma. Stephen Normant, I'll worry about your contract later on. Who's this? Yeah, I'll worry about your contract later on as well. Oh yeah, here's something I should explain. This is a good feature in the game actually. Every now and then, you'll quite often get it pre-season, but occasionally you'll get it mid-season. You get the opportunity to have these random car upgrades. These are very useful, but I'm in a bit of debt anyway, and I don't think the car needs urgent improvement, so I will skip it. But these are very useful, especially, I mean, even if you don't have the money for it, they're especially useful, but I'll leave just this particular upgrade. Continue, and yeah, we shall start qualifying for the Manchester race. So I'll cut to the end of qualifying. Right, okay, so here we are at the end of qualifying, and things are looking good. We've got Stephen Normant currently in first place, and as you can see, he's got a very good setup there, or seemingly anyway, if he's in first place. So we'll put Nigel Bow. I've had a quick think about the pronunciation after recording the first episode. It might be Bose, possibly, is how you pronounce Nigel's second name. It might be Nigel Bose. Nigel Bose has just gone faster than his teammate Stephen Normant, all purples there, and we've got first and second in qualifying. Wow, British Engineering third and fifth, so we're doing well in comparison to them. We'll have to see if we can keep it up in the race. Okay, what tyres do we start on? Actually, to be fair, if you can leave down in the comments your thoughts on the race strategy in this game, one thing I've always felt is that the hard tyres aren't especially useful, or at least I found the soft tyres to be more useful than the hard tyres. I don't know whether that's just me that thinks that, but if you guys have got any recommendations for the race setup, or you know, the tyre strategy, then be sure to let me know. I think, you know, we'll go on softs anyway, because as you saw, we upgraded our manufacturing facility. Well, we upgraded all of our facilities, but our manufacturing one specifically, and that helps with reliability and tyre wear. So hopefully we should have decent tyre wear and can afford to go on softs the entire race. That's the aim you really want. If you can get your manufacturing skill high enough, then you can go on softs for the entire race distance. Well, sometimes anyway. Stephen Normant's down to 5th. Down to 6th. Okay, something's going on with him. Now, how long can these tyres last? 24 to multiple 6. Okay, if these tyres can last 6 laps, which I think they will, we can go on softs for the entire race, and I think that will be the strategy. Anyway, as I said in the first episode, for this episode and onwards, really, I want to talk about some other things outside of the game, some you know, real life F1, and obviously the Australian Grand Prix just happened. Well, whoa, stay on track, please. Yeah, I think I damn nearly told Stephen Normant to pit in after 5 laps rather than 6, which wouldn't have been good. Yeah, we could just about do 6 laps. But yeah, as I was saying, the Australian Grand Prix just happened. I mean, at the time of recording this, it happened not that long ago, but I think you'll be seeing this episode on a Friday, so we will be backtracking quite a bit. But what's going on here? Okay, the 2 guys ahead of Nigel are on hard tyres. As you can see, we're back in first, but the two British engineering cars guys, whatever, are in second and third. But on the hard tyres, they're doing a different strategy to us. Okay. Yeah, the Australian Grand Prix. It was yeah, it was an interesting one actually. I thought it was quite good. I thought the Australian Grand Prix last year wasn't too bad. Maybe it's just because I think the first race of every season I always like, purely because it's the first race of the season. But no, in all honesty, it was actually a good race. I mean, I didn't watch it live because I watched Channel 4's. You know, I watched the highlights on Channel 4, which if you're in the UK, you'll know what I mean. So I didn't watch the race live, but did Stephen Norman pit in a lap late? I have no idea. Anyway, yeah, the Australian Grand Prix was a good one. Obviously, it was quite interesting. The tyre strategy certainly did help there, definitely. I mean, to make the race interesting. You know, having 3 tyre compounds now, that's definitely a good addition. I do like that. I mean, I'm a bit sad in a way because it screwed over Vettel's chance to win the race because, you know, if you exclude that red flag incident, which, wow, I mean, for Alonso to come just hobbling out of his crash with Rio Haryanto, no, not Rio, why am I saying that? With Esteban Gutierrez, not Rio. Yeah, for Alonso to just hobble out of that crash, just, you know, essentially walk away, but, you know, pretty much instantly, unaided, that really tells you a lot about Formula 1 safety nowadays. But yeah, I mean, the tyre strategy, obviously the red flag. I do feel sorry for Vettel because he could have and probably should have won that race, but obviously a tyre strategy screwing him over there. But if that's the kind of unpredictability we'll be getting this season, then, you know, I'm glad we got 3 tyre compounds. I mean, to be honest, Vettel probably should have got second. Obviously, he binned it when he was right up behind Hamilton. So there you go. But it's quite an interesting race. I mean, I would rather have seen Hamilton won because I always support the British drivers because I'm British myself, but to see Rosberg win, at least it means we might get a slightly more unpredictable championship. But to be fair, the only reason Rosberg won was because, well, Vettel's tyre strategy was screwed, and Hamilton was screwed over by Rosberg in the first lap, funnily enough. So once again, we had a modern Formula 1 race where the race win was decided at the first corner because I reckon if Rosberg didn't hold up Hamilton quite easily could have won that race. Not to say he would have done, but quite possibly. And Nigel Bows, however you pronounce him, has won this race at Manchester for PSL Racing. Stephen Norman has just got past the red car of Gilbert to get into 4th place. Can he get into 3rd? No, actually, the red car's just got past him. I think it's because his tyres, as you can see in the top left, his tyres have gone. I would tell him to push, but you can't. Once the checker flag's out, you cannot change your driver's instructions. And 1st and 5th, Nigel Bow. We could. No, let's not say that. That was really cringy. I was going to say we could call him a boss because he won. No, I'm not doing that. That's really cringy. We could do. I'll call him Bose. I think that's how you pronounce his second name. Anyway, the fastest lap was set by British Engineering. In fact, actually, British Engineering, they finished second, and their second driver crashed out. So we have definitely outscored British Engineering this race. Yes. Whoa, we're only 7 points behind. Things are looking good. There's Nigel Bose. I keep on contradicting myself. There you go. Well, he's got his first win for PSL Racing. Yeah, we haven't won, have we? Oh, I'm going insane. We didn't win. No, we didn't. We got podiums. We never got a win before. This was the first win for PSL Racing, and yeah, we're racking up a lot of podiums. Well, actually, wins, in fact. And there you go. And I think if there's nothing I can do on the main screen, I'll skip to the end of qualifying for the next race, which is in somewhere else in England. Oh, Scotland, actually, Aberdeen. Right, let's have a quick look at this. I've got not a lot of money. What about, can we upgrade our young driver facility? Come on. 500k. Do I want to pay 500k? Do you know what? Okay, how much does it cost to upgrade our headquarters? That's quite expensive. Okay, no, we'll invest in our young driver program because it's much cheaper than upgrading our headquarters once again. yeah, and I think I'll just skip to the end of qualifying for the Aberdeen race. Okay, now I would skip to the Aberdeen qualifying, but Stephen Norman's contract runs out in 1 month, and I'm trying to think. I mean, let's have a look. Stephen Norman's ratings aren't that good, actually, at least in comparison to Nigel Bowes. I keep contradicting myself. At least in comparison to Nigel Bowes, his ratings aren't that good, so I think I'm just going to let Stephen Norman's contract run out, because I don't think he's done all that well. Let's have a look at the results. Yeah, I mean, Nigel Bowes is outperforming him in every single regard, so there's no, well, we'll let Stephen Norman's contract run out, and then we'll get a new driver number 1. Well, actually, as you can see there, their statuses are equal. I will get into driver statuses later on, because they do have a massive effect, actually, which is something I realised not that long ago, actually. But yeah, qualifying for the Aberdeen Grand Prix, or just race, I guess, I'll get into it. Right, so here we are at the end of qualifying. Not the best qualifying session for us, as you can see. Stephen Norman in 4th and Nigel Bowes in 6th. And Stephen Norman, at his final race for the team, is doing pretty well. I might actually renew his contract, although I don't know if I can now. It might be a bit too late. No, I think I still can renew it if I want to, but unless he wins, no, that's it. I'm not going to get it unless he wins the race. We'll tell both of our guys to start on softs, see how well that goes. It worked quite well for us last time, didn't it? I mean, 1st and 5th. Where's British Engineering? Actually, nowhere. 5th and 9th. Okay, so at least everybody ahead of Normand is, well, either Fire Cruiser or NTS Grand Prix, and we don't have to worry about them too much. It's just the British Engineering guys we have to worry about. Everyone else is on hard tyres, I think. Well, no, okay, not everyone else, but a lot of other people are. There is rain due to come in, and, well, actually, it will interfere with the race, so we will have to pit onto the wets at some point. Yeah, going back to the Australian Grand Prix, yeah, I've already said my thoughts. Love the new, well, about some of the things. Yeah, love the new tyre strategy, or at least, you know, the extra addition of the addition of an extra compound per Grand Prix weekend. I'm happy about that. That's definitely a good decision. Is it just me, or are we being held up behind? I think we were being held up behind that yellow, no, not yellow, that white car, that NTS Grand Prix Nigel Bowes was, but he's got past. Yeah, I mean, I do love the addition of the extra tyre compounds. That's fantastic. It's, you know, it adds lots more variety to each weekend. I'm trying to talk and focus on playing the game, which isn't quite working out, actually. I thought it'd be a bit easier than this. Apparently not. Right, once we've done, I think we'll do the exact same strategy as we did last time. 6 laps, and then come in for some new softs. Anyway, yeah, I mean, yeah, so Vettel probably could have won that race. If it wasn't for the red flag, I reckon he could have done. If not, Rosberg would have just taken it. Yeah, but then Grosjean to get 6th place, that was good, actually. I mean, I'll leave a link in the description. Oh, no, stop, just leave me alone, Stephen. Yeah, I'll leave a link in the description to an article I wrote about my pre-season thoughts, pre-season predictions, because everybody was going insane that Haas got 6th on their debut, and don't get me wrong, they did very, very well, but I think lots of people expected Haas to completely fail this season, but I didn't. I predicted him to come, I think, 7th in the Constructors. I might have to change that. Well, obviously I can't, but you know, I expect them to do well. I mean, logically, they're buying parts from Ferrari, and Ferrari know how to make a good car. So, on those grounds, why would you assume Haas can't? I mean, sure, lots of other new teams completely flopped. Okay, we've got to pit on for the wet tyres now. I'm sure lots of other new teams flopped, but they didn't have the same platform. Virgin, HRT, Caterham or Lotus when they initially came in 2010, they didn't have the same platform as Haas do now. So everybody's making a big deal of Haas getting 6th. I wasn't expecting Haas to do that well in their first race, but I was expecting them to do well, or that well, come the end of the season. Not on a regular basis, but on an occasional basis. And they did it in the first race, so credit to them. Done very well, actually. And Grosjean, you know, he's proven himself, really. Not to say many people doubted him, but you know, Grosjean's certainly proven himself. Maybe he does deserve that Ferrari seat, but I just don't ever see him getting it. Yeah, and actually, well, since we're first and third. Okay, the rain's massively playing to us then, although we've got more tyre wear than most other people around us. Okay, it's going to be wet for the rest of the race. Do I pit in now for some new tyres, or... Yeah, these tyres aren't going to make it to the end of the race. I may as well pit in now for some new wet tyres, and then I know I'll get to the end of the race. Even if I tell my guys to conserve, they won't get to the end of the race. 3rd and 6th. Okay, that's the lowest we're probably going to finish this race. But yeah, qualifying. Wow, what a system qualifying was. Wow, that really was something. I could talk forever about it, but obviously they've ditched that qualifying system. You know, for the Bahrain Grand Prix, that new system, which is good because it was confusing initially. Bose is in 1st. Okay, apparently he's somehow 16 seconds ahead of the guy in 2nd. Wow. Yeah, that qualifying system, it was stupid. If you follow me on Twitter, I said quite a few positive things about that qualifying format. I thought it was going to be good. Really didn't turn out to be the case. It really was not good at all, but... Hey, at least they've scrapped it and got the old format back. And I think we're just going to see Bose come across the line very soon, and I think he's going to win the Aberdeen race. I would say Grand Prix. That's force of habit for me to say Grand Prix, but it's just, as you can see on the screen, it just says the Aberdeen race. And well, I'll tell you what, actually, typical Scottish weather. It's absolutely hammering it down. Where is the start-finish line? I don't even know, actually. No, I know where it is. It's right there. So Bose coming round to win his 2nd race in a row for PSL Racing. Stephen Normant coming round to take 4th. Well done, my son. 4th at your last ever race of the team. Well done. But where did British Engineering come? 3rd, and again, N. Graves has crashed. The 2nd race in a row. Jeez, okay, we might actually be leading the Constructors' Championship all of a sudden. But yeah, the new qualifying format, glad they got rid of it. It was needlessly confusing, it was ridiculous. You know, the last 4 minutes, considering everybody's just walking around doing nothing for the last 4 minutes, really does pay testament to how rubbish of a format it was. As you can see, 14 points ahead of British Engineering. I think we should have this British Racing Series sewn up. Okay, yep, and that is that. Yep, go away. But yeah, that qualifying, I'll just quickly wrap up my thoughts on that. Yeah, it was a ridiculous qualifying. But the thing is, though, wasn't Bernie Ecclestone's initial proposal to have a time handicap system? To Stephen Normant's go away, you weren't very good. Bose, I'll leave you hanging for a while. Just shut up. Everyone just shut up. Oh! Okay, you do get these occasionally. You get press, people from the press coming up to you in this game. Can your drivers be photographed eating speedy sushi before the race? We'll pay you, of course. No, no, I don't want to stoop to that level, but no, disagree. I wouldn't do that because how much money would we get? Probably not a lot. I mean, look, we're in a $250,000 debt. I don't think sushi is going to, that sushi company is going to buy us out. Normant's left the team. I will renegotiate. I'll get a new driver, and then yeah, I'll end off this episode. But qualifying. Oh, look at these drivers. These are good. Okay, no, you're not at the bottom. These 2 women drivers, they got some good stats. I want this woman at the top. She looks good. Okay, don't take that out of context. But she's got some good stats. She's even better than Bose. Equal status. I'll explain status later on. Driver status. But basically, I think it's better to have equal driver status. As you can see, those are our new drivers. But yeah, the new qualifying, I said on Twitter, I thought it was a good idea. It really, really isn't. It was... Hindsight's a wonderful thing. I thought it would be good, and hey, Bernie said he wanted an unpredictable qualifying, and I'm like, oh yeah, this format will do it. It hasn't, which is unfortunate, but he wanted a time handicap system, which is a great system. It's a great idea. Purely on an entertainment basis, it's a great idea. The problem is, who listens to Bernie Eccleston? Which is kind of a sad thing as well. He's come up with some good ideas and some horrific ones over the years. If people listen to him, his handicap system is a good idea, but again, who's going to take that handicap system? When Mercedes, Ferrari and all these lot are doing the votes, you know, voting the rules, why would it be in their interest to have that time handicap system, especially Mercedes? Why would they want that? Which is a shame, because from an entertainment standpoint it wouldn't have been a good idea. They had a reverse grid qualifying idea, which which again would have been an interesting idea, but unfortunately that didn't go through as well. But again, when you get the teams to decide, you know, why would Mercedes, Ferrari, etc. want reverse grid qualifying? That's just my 2 cents on it. Anyway, I've rambled on talking about qualifying. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the second episode. And actually, I'm gonna now edit these 2 videos and look at the feedback from the first 2 episodes. Hopefully, you've enjoyed this series. I promise in future episodes we'll get through some races, you know, some more races quicker. And next episode, I definitely will finish off the British Racing Series, because, you know, it's just there's a lot I wanted to talk about the latest Grand Prix and etc., especially qualifying. But basically, my 2 cents on it is get rid of the team's choice to vote, and maybe give Bernie and maybe a few other more sensible people a chance to write the rules on their own, because then maybe we'll actually get some changes in the half-decent format. But anyway, yeah, I'll see you guys next time for, well, a standard 12-minute qualifying session in this series, where we hope to wrap up the British Racing Series at Woodford, it says our next races. So yeah, I'll see you for that. So I'll see you then.